Good evening, guys. How are you? Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm so excited that you guys have joined me tonight. Come on in, come on in. We have something very unique tonight. We're gonna talk about. I want to share with you guys tonight. So I'm excited about that. So come on in. How have you guys been? How's your week been? Well, your last week because the week actually just started today. Today. So, how have things been going on with you guys? Those of you guys who are on, just please click on and say hello so I know who's here. Um, yeah, I'm so excited that you guys come back every week. I appreciate you guys coming back every week to hear what I have to say. I'm so grateful. The last couple weeks we had been going over writing a vision plan for your life, and we looked at the 12 areas of vision planning. And so we went through each of them and discussed them at length. So if you wasn't able to be a part of that, definitely go back and review the go back the replay. So go back and check out the replay so that you can see the previous videos on. So there was 3 weeks we went over what do you call it? We went over creating a vision plan for your life. We've discussed a lot of different topics together. And so I'm excited about that. And there's some really exciting things that are coming up for me. And I'm going to be sharing in the next couple of weeks what those things are. A new offering, a new service offering that a new service I'm going to be offering coming up. And so I'm very excited about that. So I'm in the works of putting these things together now. And so I'm very, very excited. So we'll get ready. We'll give people another minute or so. So then we can get started on our topic tonight. Um, so tonight, what we're going to be talking about is phrase and things. So I am a connoisseur of all things inspirational, encouraging, empowering. And so for years and years and years, I have, saved different documents. Hi, Cheryl, welcome. So I have saved different documents and different quotes and things that people have sent me. And so tonight, I'm just going to go over some of them and we're going to talk about it. And hopefully, you guys will share with me some of your most inspiring quotes so that, we can get an exchange. Sometimes, just like a memes or a quote that you see, it's so powerful. It speaks a whole entire message. And so we need that to be encouraged. So that's what we're going to look at tonight. So phrase and things. For those of you guys who have not been able to go on the website, you definitely want to visit the website www.sandragarsondejerville. Visit the ministry website, because on the ministry website is this awesome page called Phrase and Things. And so that's from where I'm going to pull some of these. And then I change them periodically too. And so by next week or the week after that, the ones that are on there now will not be there, will be a new one. And so let me actually add this to the stream. All right. So on the website, oh, I can't move it from here. So on the website, you will find, so this is the Sandra Garcon Digital. Let me actually give you guys a tour. For those of you guys who are not familiar with the ministry, let me give you a tour. The website, this is our website, Sandra Garcon Digital. So our real mission is really about building, educating, empowering, and propelling. So this was a tagline that I had in my nonprofit organization that I started back in 2012. So in 2012, I started a nonprofit organization called A Beautiful Me, and it was later changed to Legacy Builders. So A Beautiful Me work with both girls and boys. middle and high school age, and we did we ran after school programs. So we had an after school program at Avon Middle Senior High School. We are part of the Brockton After Dark programs. We offered different programs from that. We worked with young adults at Massasoit. We were just all over all over the community and in the surrounding community serving. And so God had given that to me. It was my heart to start a nonprofit organization, and I did that. And we had some incredible people that came alongside and helped me to bring that program out and serve. And so I was excited about that. And so that tagline, build, educate, empower, and propel, was part of that website. And so here you'll have a welcome video. So this is the site. So for those of you guys who have not seen the site, I'm giving you guys the brand tour. And so the site is divided into Life Waves, which is what we're doing now, Life Waves. So for those of you guys who want to watch some of the replays and you're like, oh my goodness, where is this particular one? You can always come back to the website. Under Life Waves, it'll have a link for all of the replays. So you don't have to go through Facebook trying to search all of them. You can just simply come on the website and you'll find it there. So it's divided into Life Waves, Voice Sprint, Phrase and Things, and then have the Healing Institute. And then we had a blog that I started. So the blog is not active right now. However, it was just too much. I was taking on too much in addition to my other work and things like that. And so here in About, it tells you a little bit my biography, some of the things that I have been able to do. For those of you guys who are new to me, I do have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree from Florida Atlantic University for my bachelor's and Boston College for my master's. And I'm currently in my doctorate program at Liberty University, doing a doctorate in education and community counseling with a concentration in marriage and family. And so I am a licensed independent clinical social worker, and I've been doing counseling for about 10 years in Massachusetts. And it talks about my foundation that I started, the Healing Institute. It talks about Sons and Daughters of Destiny, A Beautiful Me, those organizations nonprofit organizations that I start. And so it just talks a little bit about myself and so you guys can take a look at it. So the Life Waves, okay? So I'm giving you guys, for those of guys coming on, I'm giving you a quick tour of the website so that you can definitely come on the website and check things out, as I'm going to be launching some new services. And so it's going to be under this ministry. And so I want you guys to be familiar with this and definitely come on and check things out. So Life Waves, so we did the Write Your Vision Plan the last 3 weeks. We've done that. So you can come here and click on any of these black boxes, and you'll be able to go straight to Facebook and hear and see the link for the lives that we did. So right here for the last week when we did the Write Your Vision Plan, so Dr. Cindy Trim's Write a Vision for Your Life document, it's right here, so you can click on it as well. And then so we've done Ask the Therapist, we've done Forgiveness, so we've done more Ask the Therapist, the 3 U's, so if you haven't seen that, you definitely want to see that. It talks about the 3 types of people that we individually struggle with: the you that you think you are, the you that people think you are, and the you that you really are. And so getting some insight on, getting to know us a little bit more. Hi, Cynthia. Welcome. And so for those coming in, I'm just giving you a quick tour of the website, the Sandra Garcon Deja Ministry website. So we also have, when we did the Sister Against Sister, Hear Me, See Me, Love Me. So this is the second part of Leah's story, when we did Leah's story. And then we've done Life Waves, not Life Waves, Loving Love Right. And so we've done let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 and 16 and 17. So we've done 17 lives. And so definitely check that out. So I'm going to skip the phrase and things, and I'll come back to that because that's where we're going to be on tonight. Voice print. So that's another part of the website, voice print. And so I was doing for a while, Morning Tea with Sandra. Morning Tea with Sandra is on a pause, but we're returning because I'm doing some renovation. And so we'll return with that. And so these are 2-3 minute videos, devotional videos. So you can come in and definitely be inspired and encouraged. So there's tons of videos here, 2-3 minute videos. And also there is the archive. So there's some that's already here, and then there's the archive. And here also talks about my speaking engagements where I've spoken before. If I was able to get a link for that, it has it on there. And also perspective check. We used to do perspective check where I do like a 10-minute video about a particular subject. Just so it has that here for you guys. This is the Healing Institute, because I do have a mental health practice where I see clients and do individual, family, and well, we don't have any group right now, and marriage counseling. And so that is available. And also here, Find Your Therapist. So in the Find Your Therapist, right here, when you click on it, it simply is going to take you to all of the resources for therapy. That if I'm not the best fit, because sometimes I may not be the best fit, doesn't mean that I'm not a good therapist. It's just you have to connect with who you connect with. And so you can come here and click on any of these resources here for counseling. And then the blog is postponed. So the blog is Perfectly Imperfect. That's the name of the blog. Perfecting the art of being perfectly awesome in being authentically imperfect. And so it's a mouthful, but we do talk about some different things in here. I put some poetry in here and some just some thoughts for you guys to be encouraged by. We will resume the blog again. I'm not sure when at this time, since we're in the middle of a revamping for the ministry and some of the work that I do too. So tonight we are on Phrase and Things. That is my vault of inspirational, inspiring memes, quotes. And so we're going to read some of them and talk about it. So that's what we're doing tonight. I'm excited about that because I just love different quotes. I love different memes. And so let me increase that a little bit so that you are able to see it better. All right. So, and then hopefully you guys will share a little bit of your own memes and or memes and quotes that are encouraging and impactful to you. Okay. So the first one here says, I love who I am, but I'm infatuated with who potential to be. And I think that is so awesome and so important that we first love who we are. We have to love ourselves where we are right now. Oftentimes, we get lost in who it is we want to be, who it is we think we should have been already, and we forget to honor who we are at the moment. And the reality is, I have to learn to love Sandra right now. Not the Sandra I hope I become, but the Sandra right now. Because the Sandra right now is the only Sandra that has the capacity to take me to the Sandra I want to be. And so it's so crucial that I love Sandra. And when I say love Sandra, I mean I have to love all of Sandra. The things about Sandra that is awesome and wonderful and praiseworthy, and the things about Sandra that is still being developed, that the areas in my life that I still need to be developed, that I still need to improve on, and the areas of my life that's just like horrible. We're not even in development, it's just horrible. you know? So all those pieces of us, all those parts of us, we have to first love that person and honor that person. You know, the beautiful thing about love, love is, it's an action word. It's, if you say you love yourself, I hear so many people, and then I see so many people on Facebook, oh, I love myself. Why, and they praise themselves, and they're constantly telling them about how wonderful and how awesome they are. Yet, if you are that awesome, that wonderful, you don't need to do all this commercial about it. People are able to see you for who you are presenting. They are able to see you without you constantly telling them about how wonderful you are. And so learning to love ourselves is essential. That is the foundation. For me, my foundation is God. In my relationship with God, I've learned how to love Sandra and appreciate Sandra where I am. And once we have that foundation, that is incredible and that is awesome. Then we can now begin to get infatuated with who we have the potential to be. So all of us have the potential to be awesome and be incredible. And we have to do that work, and we have to grow in that. And so I'm excited always about all of the things that I can accomplish, but I have to understand that it is this Sandra right now that is going to take me there. And it's this Sandra right now that I have to honor. It is this Sandra right now that I have to respect. It is this Sandra right now that I have to encourage. Hi, Virginia. Welcome, welcome. So tonight we're going over some of my favorite memes and quotes, and we're talking about that. And you know what? Jump in, guys, and talk too, and share some of the quotes that are inspirational or empowering for you guys. And so I love the first one we just did. I love who I am, but I'm infatuated who I have the potential to be. And we want to make sure that at the foundation, we're loving us as we are. There is, when I did the morning tea, not the morning tea, the perspective video, the opening was that that I love. So the opening of the morning tea, as we close, the closing of the morning tea, sorry, it says, "This is the day that the Lord has made, and I have decided that I will choose to rejoice and be glad in it and in the me that I am right now." And I hope you choose to love the now version of you too. You have to love the now version of you too. You have to respect and honor the now version of you too. Because without you doing that, then forget it. The potential of who you can be doesn't happen, because when you don't love who you are right now, you're more likely to mistreat who you are right now. So if I have to climb up this mountain, I need my two legs. And so if I'm cutting my legs off of under me, how am I ever getting up the mountain? I'm not. And so I understand that, yes, I have the potential to be much greater than who I am right now, but I cannot dishonor the me now. I have to love and respect the me now and build up the me now, because it's the me now, the now me, that can take me to who I'm meant to be. So tell me your thoughts. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about this quote? What does it speak to you? Write it in the comments. Let me know. Please share as you're logging on. Please share. The second one is, how cool is it that the same God that created mountains and oceans and galaxies looked at you and thought the world needed one of you too. How beautiful. So it says, it's a little hard. Let me, oh, my glasses, the one I pretend that I don't need. All right, let's see. All right. It says, how cool. It didn't change all that much, actually. The writing is small on here. How cool is it that the same God that created mountains and oceans and galaxies looked at you and thought the world needed one of you too? You know, what's beautiful about this is that I never have to compete with anybody. I am here on purpose for a purpose. God did not put me on earth for decoration. There is nothing that's on earth that is just for decoration. Everything has a purpose. The stars have a purpose. The moon has a purpose. The trees, the flowers, the ocean, the animals, all of them serve a purpose. And so the fact that God brought me here, so when my mother and my father was enjoying themselves, you know, millions and millions of sperms came out. And somehow God put the fortitude in me to push through the millions to get there so that I can be conceived. Because there was something about me that the world needed. There is something about you that the world needs. Don't look at other people and think, oh, they're better than me. They're this, they're that. That's them. God did not bring you here just to take up space. You have a purpose, and that purpose is unique to you. There are tons of people who do Facebook Lives, and they have thousands of people watching them. Should I feel some kind of way because I don't have thousands of people watching me? No, the fact that you guys are here, that's honorable. That's a testament to what I'm doing. You know, I've learned long time ago never to despise small beginnings. Every single person that comes, that watch, that shares, that is inspired, I'm grateful for that. You know, I'm thankful because God meant for you to hear me tonight, meant that I encourage you tonight, and the numbers don't matter all that much. Because you can have thousands of people listening or on there, but are not listening. And so, how cool it is that the same God that created mountains and oceans and galaxies looked at you and thought the world needed one of you too. You matter. So, for everyone that's doing something similar, there is something unique that you bring to the table, just like your DNA, just like your fingerprints. Of the billions of people that are on earth, your fingerprint is unlike no one else's, distinct. Your fingerprint is distinct. Your eye and all the, you know, when you have these technology, they read your eyes and the iris and all this other stuff. However they do that, I don't know. But they read all of that and they know it's you versus someone else. There is a uniqueness about you. And I want you guys to know that tonight. There is something that is unique about you. And it doesn't matter if you're doing what 50 other people are doing, just like your DNA, just like your fingerprint, it is uniquely different. And the people that is drawn to you. So there is a when God is gifted, when God brings you here and He's giving you a work to do, you don't have to go trying to find all of, oh, you know, I need clients, I need this, I need that. Yeah, you do. But you know what? When you showed up here and when the work is given to you to do, all the people that were meant to be a part of what you're doing, they show up. They show up. because there is something about your voice print. There is something about your voice print. When you open up your mouth and you release and you speak, when you begin to move and walk in what God has called you to move and walk into, it naturally draws the people that is earmarked for you, that is connected to you, that is assigned to you. And so you don't have to worry about what someone else has. You have to focus on what it is that you do have and what you do, and to do it in a way that is uniquely you. So these quotes and things that I'm sharing with you guys tonight, I have hundreds and thousands of them because I've collected them over the years. Just had them because they spoke to me, and so I kept them. And I just have just so many of them, it's ridiculous. And I did not know when I was collecting them that one day I will be sitting in front of you guys and we'll be going over some of them. That I will have a ministry that periodically I change them on the website, and there's different ones, and you're able to come and you see them and read them and be inspired by them and be encouraged by them. That is Mosandra. And so I encourage you to know that you are unique. You are not an accident. God did not send you here for decoration, but you have a purpose. And the purpose that you have, you already have the resources. There is resources in terms of finances, people, skills that is already earmarked for you to fulfill what God has called you to fulfill. Do not be discouraged about how many people around you are doing similar. Just like your DNA, there is something entirely unique about you. Okay, so thoughts, questions, you guys should definitely, what do you call it? Write down if it spoke to you, and, then write it down and let us know. So the third one, you are the woman that someone is praying for. So for all of my sisters out here who are looking for a husband, a spouse, I pray for you. I come in agreement with you because God did create us women to be covered by a man. It does not mean that we cannot function and operate without one. We can absolutely function and operate without one. But that was not the original intent of God, was that we do it without one. And so God created that the woman be covered. Right now, if you're in New England, it's cold outside because yesterday there was a snowstorm. So if you go outside without proper covering or a proper coat, you put yourself at risk of being sick, of getting sick. Because without proper covering, the elements will succumb you. And so the same way as well, God intended for us women to be covered by a man. Being covered by a man is not the same as whether you can be without one or function without one. Of course you can. We're doing it all the time. We've been doing it for like forever. And oftentimes, even though they're covering us, it seems like we're the one carrying them sometimes. So absolutely we can. There was a movie that I had watched, back in the olden times, where the man would, after he gets married, he would take he had a coat or a cloak he had on, and he would take his cloak off while at the ceremony, and he takes it off and then he places it around the woman, and then he says, now you are now under my covering. And so I thought that was so powerful because it does speak to that God called for women to be covered by a man. And that could be a lot of time your husband, or it could be a father, a father figure or brother or some male that you have that is adding some covering and some protection in your life. And that we get some insight on how men think and how they operate by our relationship with men. Not always romantic one, but even in friendship, you know. So for those of you guys who are women who are praying um, for God to send you a spouse, I come in agreement with you that God will certainly open that door for you. Um, as He opened it for me, for myself, I didn't think I was going to get married. Um, it was just something I just didn't think was going to happen for me, but it happened for me. It's something that I had desired, but I didn't know that it was going to happen, but it happened, and I'm grateful to God that it happened. But I know the challenge and the years of waiting and the years that I wasted waiting. So while you're waiting, you should not be waiting idle. Um, but for some years, I waited idle. And so I remember many years back, I was praying. I was like, God, why isn't my husband showing up yet? Where is he? What's going on with him? What are you fixing like that in him? and so, and I remember hearing the Holy Spirit respond was like, why him only? And I was like, huh? And what he was essentially saying to me is like, he's not the only problem. You're a problem too. You need some work to be done on you as well. And I remember him asking, because like a lot of women, I had my list of 20,000 things that I want from a man, that I want a husband to be. And I remember the Holy Spirit saying to me, with this list of kabillion of things that you want from a husband, why would that husband, if there was a man that had all these things, why would he want you? And I won't lie, I was offended by the question, because like a lot of women, we're taught, well, because I'm a woman. What does that mean though? Because you're a woman, so like the man just what jumps? No. And so the real process he took me on is about developing Sandra, because the reality was at that time in my life when I was praying and desiring a husband and believing for a husband and having my list of 20,000 things that I want in a husband, a man like that should not have want me at that time. Because if he was all of those things, I would have been a weight on him. I would not have been his equal at that time in my life. Because the things that I needed him to be, I wasn't. So it's almost hypocrisy in a way. And so I began that process of developing Sandra, um, going to school, educating myself, and working on my character. Scripture says, "He that finds a wife finds a good thing, and obtains favor." So he that finds a wife, so that means you're already a wife. So it's not a husband that makes you a wife. You're already a wife. So in terms of character and capacity, you're already that thing. It's not he that finds a girlfriend. It's not he that finds a side chick. It's not he that finds, but he that finds a wife. So I must already be a wife for him to find me. And what it means that I'm a wife. Because the thing that he's missing in his life, when he shows up, he needs to be able to evaluate, can he get that from me? And men are very good. I've had years of counseling men, and they're very good at cutting through the emotions and just, go 1, 2, 3. Do you have this? Do you have that? They can be very strategic, very cut and dry, and they don't let emotions cloud their mind. Or how cute you are, you look good in those jeans. That's fine. That's physical. You can get his money and his time, But his heart, that's an entirely different subject. And men have the ability to separate the two very well, more than we as women. We as women, we emotionally get involved first, and we give of ourselves, of our body, of our time, of our resources, of our finances. We just give us. And a man can enjoy you and make no commitment to you. I learned that the hard way a couple of times. Enjoy you and make zero commitment to you. And all the enjoying, you think it means commitment. It don't mean that at all to them. They're simply enjoying. And so it is very important we as women begin to be mindful of how we're conducting ourselves around men. That we set clear boundaries. Because we're more apt to give emotionally of ourselves. And the moment we give emotion of ourselves, that's it. We give everything. Because the moment I give you me, I give you my heart, nothing else is off the table. Everything is on the table for you, rather. And so when a man don't give his heart, you can take his money. He can buy you this and buy you that. It don't mean nothing. It's only when you really have his heart that you can tell you have something. And men don't often give their heart so easily. And so we have to be a woman of character, of integrity. We have to set clear boundaries no matter how fine they look. No matter how fine they look. We got to set clear boundaries to protect our own selves. Because if we don't do that, then we will end up being a victim in the situation of giving ourselves, and then they can enjoy us and walk away. Okay? So, single women who are desiring a husband, my encouragement is to begin to develop yourself. Develop yourself. The list that you have of all the incredible things that you want in a man, make sure you're shining in that list as well. That those characteristics and those things that you're looking for, you are that too. So that way you can become an equal to him. Not someone he's carrying, but someone that, oh my goodness, I need this person. I both need and want this person. Okay. So the next, any thoughts? Come on, guys, share some thoughts that you're getting out of this. Share some of your quotes as well. Let's see the next one. Their effort will show you the position they want in your life, not their words, promises, or intentions. That one is deep. And that goes for all relationships, really. Whether romantic, whether friendship, their effort will show you the position they want in your life. We are guilty, many of us, and myself included, sometimes of giving people positions in our lives before they have demonstrated worthiness of that position. If you go into a company, they're just not handing out director positions. They're not just handing out vice presidents, CEOs, and all these top positions out. They're just not. Management and all these different things, they're just not handing those things out. You have to nearly kill yourself to prove to them you're worthy to become the manager. You are worthy to become the VP. You're worthy to become the director of communications, the director of this, the director of that, because they don't just hand them out. You have to earn them. And they're looking at your work ethic, looking at your commitment level to see whether you are worthy of those particular things. So when it comes to your own personal life, don't just be handing out positions of friendship and oh BFF or that's my homegirl, that's my when these people haven't demonstrated worthiness. They haven't showed you that they care. They haven't showed you that they're willing to go the extra mile for you. They haven't showed you anything. They're hanging out with you, maybe. They're laughing and joking with you. But we cannot confuse that as commitment and loyalty and friendship, of genuine friendship and loyalty, because that is things that is developed through time. And so be mindful who you give in certain positions in your life to, because some people are not worthy of it. And we got to vet people properly, because if we don't vet them properly, we're the one who is going to um, hurt over that situation. You know, thoughts, questions, write them down, comments, share. Any of those had spoken to you, let me know which one just reached you or touched you. All right. So this one, let me pull this one up so I can see it better to read. It says, I know this transformation is painful, but you're not falling apart. You're just falling into something different with a new capacity to be beautiful. And so I thought this was a very interesting one, because as you can look at the image of this lady, it's she's there's this mortific that word um, into something different. And you could see how, let me see if I can make it bigger so you can see this one more. Okay. So it's saying that I know this transformation is painful, but you're not falling apart. You're just falling into something different with a new capacity to be beautiful. And so this is more of a development one. And it's we're in our developing stage. One of the things I have to say, I'm so grateful to God for. As you're looking at this lady and you can see some of the transformation that is happening for her, that, where on one side, when I'm looking through to my right for the screen that I'm looking at, there was just like all kinds of craziness was happening, and just it looked like just deadness. And you see the other side where there's this butterfly forming, and you're looking at the clock on top, and that's speaking to time. That in time we develop to fully be who we call to be. And one of the things that I'm so grateful and I'm so appreciative to God about, sometimes we're looking now, you can see me on the screen and I look fine. What may be happening for me on the inside picture that you're looking at with the lady? And so God has a way of so lovingly covering us while he does a lot of the surgery on the inside with us, so that people don't see us looking like we about to pass out somewhere. Even though we may be in that place in our life, we may be in such transition in our life that we like, God, what am I doing? How I'm going to do? What's going to happen? And just feeling like, oh, the world is too much. Everything is too much. And we can feel like we're falling apart. We can look like the right side from where I'm looking at the lady, where it's just like deadness. And God sort of covers us so that others are not seeing all of this transformation that's happening. because God is so wonderful that way, that he doesn't let the world see all the broken, because there is some brokenness on the inside of us. I remember the story about the Shulamite woman in the Bible. So the Shulamite woman, welcome guys, for those of you guys who are coming on. So tonight we are talking about, I'm just sharing some of my favorite quotes and memes, and we're just talking about it. So, and I hope you guys are sharing some of yours as well with me. And so there's a story about the Shulamite woman. And in the Shulamite woman, so is this woman that the prophet Elijah or Elisha, I get them confused sometimes. But anyways, he used to come by her home all the time. And so she decided, you know what, she was a well-to-do woman, her and her husband, and let's build the prophet a little efficiency kind of a room, and make sure whenever he comes by this way, he has a place to stay. And so he did that. And so she didn't have children and wanted children. So the prophet asked her, "What do you want me to do?" She's like, "You know what? I'm fine. I'm good." And but his servant told him that, well, she doesn't have children, and so he spoke, prophetically spoke a child into her life. And so he did that, and then she, the following year, she had a child. The child was growing and everything was well. And one day the child fell ill and died. And so she went to the prophet and said, "Listen, now, as she was going, people like, is everything okay? Yeah, everything is fine. Her son just died." And she's like, "Yep, everything is fine. Everything is great. I'm going out to see the man of God. No problem. Don't worry." Even though she knows that her son has died, she was comporting herself because she knew a source. While her situation was dead, she knew how to get to a source that can bring back life to her situation. And so she went to the man of God. He came with her, and then when he came with her, he he put everyone out of the room, and he and the child was in the room, and he stretched himself out on the child and breathed life back into the child, resurrected the child. And so the thing that I had gotten from that is, there are certain things, certain dead things in our lives that God is healing. And he don't let nobody into the surgery room. It's just him and us. Because there are some things, some sins in our lives, some issues that are in our lives, things that we've been hurt. And if people knew some of those things, they would never be able to see us do more. Because it's very sad, but some things we can see, a person does something and we think, oh, they'll never change, they'll never be nothing. And we can condemn a person, whereas God don't condemn. And if you're going through a particular situation right now in your life, let me encourage you. And things may look like the other side of this lady, the deadness, but God is saying, in time, I'm transforming you. I am transforming you in time. Do not be discouraged. You're not falling apart, but you're falling into something new. Allow God to remove the deadness, the brokenness, the sin, the craziness, so that he can form you into something that is miraculous and incredible and just absolutely exceptional. Because that is his intent and that is his heart for you, And so be encouraged, guys, be encouraged, and allow time for the full transformation of you to show up. Allow time for the full transformation of you. Allow God will not, unless you keep pushing his hand, he will take you in the back and work with you and deal with you and deal with the brokenness in your life. He's not going to expose you to the whole world and say, look at all the craziness inside of Sandra. Look at all this and look at all that. He doesn't do that. He loves us so much that he covers while he's healing. So that, I may look like this lady right now, but you're looking at Sandra and Sandra look like she knows what she's doing. You know, I look like I got it together somewhere while he's continually developing me, because none of us have arrived anywhere. We are all work in progress. And so I encourage you guys, again, allow time, allow God to just reshape and reform you and turn you from the deadness of the brokenness of your life into this beautiful butterfly. All right. Any thoughts on that? Did that speak to you guys? You guys are so shy. What is this? Talk. You know, there's several of you guys watching um, through, because we're streaming from my personal Facebook, the ministry's Facebook, and on YouTube. So we're streaming from a couple people. So I know there's people here. So I don't know why you guys are being shy and not talking. Give me some stars. Give me some hearts if these things are speaking into you. Um, share your favorite quotes with me. If any of those things spoke to you, comment. Don't be shy. There's plenty of you guys here. All right. All right. So the next one, don't fall in love with someone who says the right things. Fall in love with someone who does the right things. Again, that's another relationship one. And whether it's a romantic relationship or it's a friendship relationship, don't fall for someone who says the right things. People are constantly talking, and it's not always that they just BSing. Sometimes people are saying things they really hope and wish they could be, but they haven't developed the character or whatever it is that what they haven't fully developed for the thing that they say to be really, really them. And so they may be intentional, have the right intentions around the things that they're saying, but it just can never materialize. And so again, time. When you're in a relationship, whether it's romantic, whatever the friendship, you got to give time to show for that person to demonstrate to you the fruits of the things that they're saying. Because I don't want you telling me sweet nothings and making me feel all ooey gooey, and then the stuff you're saying, they don't come to pass. You have to be, one of the things that I would say drives me crazy when I in relationship with men is for a man to tell me something and turn around and act like he didn't say it. Oh my God. That is a pet peeve. Because if you told me something, and when it comes to producing what you told me, things happen. Say to me, listen, I had promised you I was going to do XYZ, but unfortunately, some situation came up. I was not able to do it. I apologize. Here is what I will do instead. I can receive that. But for you to tell me, I don't know why you thought I would say something like that. I've had I had men in my life in the past who have said things, and when it came to when they supposed to, for the fulfillment of them, they were like, I don't know where you got that from. Like, I ain't never said nothing like that to you. And I'm like, I'm not crazy. I know you said it to me. I know what you said to me. I was there. So how you telling me you didn't say it? So we want to give people time to prove the things that they say. Words is really cheap. It's your actions that matter. Show me what you're saying. As a matter of fact, you could stop talking and just show me actions. And as women, we have to insist that in relationship with men. Because if we don't insist that the man prove what he says who he says he is, if he don't show up with the stuff he says he's going to show up with, that you back off. Because the reality is, when the man wants you or the woman wants you, what they say will line up with what they do. What they say will line up with what they want, what they say will line up with what they do when they're really serious for you. So I don't have to give you 100 chances for what? Be a man of your word or be a woman of your word or just go. I don't have to hate you that you went, but I'm just not going to give you time that I can't replace. I can replace money, I can replace a resource, but I can't replace time. So I won't give you time for you to waste. The next one, be careful with your words. Once they are said, they can only be forgiven, not forgotten. So that reminds me of a story um, of this person, this guy who's saying the cost of gossip. And essentially, so it was a story about gossip. And so what he did was that to describe how difficult it is to take them back. And they're the same way with words too. Um, and so he took a sheet of paper and he tore it into like tons of little small little pieces. He went up to the roof of a building, he released them out in the wind, and they blew everywhere. And he told the person he was giving the lesson to, now go downstairs, pick up all the pieces. And the guy was like, no, I can't go back and pick up all these pieces. They've blown everywhere. And so while he was dealing with gossip, gossip is still dealing with words. When we open up our mouths and we're careless and we just begin to blah and we say a bunch of craziness, we cannot always come back and take them. So words are seeds that drop into the life of people. And so we want to be very careful with the things that we're saying, especially when we're angry and when we're frustrated. We have to be mature enough when we're angry and frustrated that we take space, that we don't just act a fool and just accept the person to just be okay with that. You're not a child. We don't want children to act that way. And when, my son, he's 5 years old. And there's just some things I'm just not going to take from him because you're not a baby. You're old enough. So anytime we're old enough to be mature, we're old enough to say things and do things, people hold us to that. And so I encourage you guys to be careful with your words because once they are said, they can only be forgiven. So the next one, what's meant to be, will always find its way. So I don't know if you guys remember the movie Love and Basketball. Even though they had grew up together, they were in love, life kind of sent them in different directions. However, because they were meant to be, they found themselves. And so that goes into relationships. You don't need to chase a man or chase a woman. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You just need to pray and trust God and pray and ask God, say, you know what, this is the person that I believe is meant to be. Is that who you feel is meant for me? If it is, then I need you to help me find a way. Give me some strategies to, you know. So I'm going to do one last one because we're at 8 o'clock already. Oh, I had to open up this. And this story is dealing with time. It says, imagine this. If you had $86,400 in your account and someone stole 10 from you, would you be upset and throw all the remaining 86,000 390 away in hopes of getting back at that one person who took your $10, or move on and live? Right, move on and live. See, we all have 86,400 seconds each day. Don't let someone's negative 10 seconds ruin the remaining 86,390 90 seconds. Don't sweat the small stuff. Life is bigger than that. And so I will leave you guys with this tonight. We have 86,400 seconds a day. Someone may piss you off and irritate you, frustrate you. Don't give them the rest of the day either. Because you cannot reclaim back the time. You can't reclaim back that time once you've given it up, once you've wasted, once you've thrown it away. So your time is so valuable. So definitely, I encourage you guys to go on the site. I'll write it down for you guys. For you to check out the website, www.sandragarsondejerville.com. So you can find the rest of the quotes on there. You can find some more. I try to change them periodically to put new ones on there because I have so many of them. And I encourage you guys to send me some. If you guys have some favorite ones that you think are so awesome, please send them to me, because I do love, quotes and memes and inspirational stories. Those are so encouraging for me. And I like to encourage others through the things that encourages me. And so I appreciate you guys coming tonight and spending some time with me. I hope that you guys were blessed for what we talked about tonight. Go on the website, look at the rest of the memes, check out my vault, and check out the rest of the things that are on the website. Stay tuned, because I will be doing launching out a couple new things this year that I'm excited about, and new services that you guys will be that will give some of you guys an opportunity to work with me. And so I'm excited about that too. Thank you, and God bless you, and have you a fantastic week. And this will be on the website. So if you missed it, you can catch a replay on Facebook, or either my Facebook, the Sandra Garson Dejerville Ministry, and also on YouTube, all at Sandra Garson Dejerville. Okay? God bless you guys. Oh, right here.